The truth about old timers.
Guys, is not enough. I'm gonna give you an example about something that's gonna make your mind work a little bit. Because every time you came to this channel, for some of you guys, your mind gets challenged. It's like, man, this guy is thinking different than everybody else. I've never heard anybody talks like this. You heard a guy that day saying like, oh, but this guy is a nice guy, man. He's United States, works in the service, and he put his time in the dogs, 20, 30 years in the dogs, and he did this and he did that, and the guy is just a tremendous guy in the dogs. And really, yeah, he spent a lot of time. He been in the dogs for about 40, 50 years, really. And so the guy's doing a lot of great things with it. Oh yeah. Everybody in whatever part of the country knows him. So really, yeah. He's a famous guy. Yeah, he's a very respected man. Very respected man. Really? So when I asked him about what are the accomplishments of this man, the guy told me, he said, man, he's a very private man. Whatever he does, he never shows. He's been around 50 years. Within 50 years, there was a part you don't have to be so private. You could be wide open. What did he do in those years when he was wide open? Well, he was starting, he didn't do much about it. He was a guy that hung around with this guy, and the guy could hang around with that guy. So he was like a hang around type of guy. He's married to like hanging around with guys and having some dogs and having an opinion on dogs. I mean, guy's a nice guy, to be honest with you. The guy sent me a clip and I started listening to the guy. The guy to me sounded like a dedicated guy that loves his dogs. But from being a dedicated guy that loves the dogs into becoming somebody that is legendary, that is worth talking about it, building everybody, pumping him and everything, I didn't see that. Because if you take the same guy and you switch from the dogs into basketball, and you give me the same story, you say, man, he's a very, very nice guy, man. Very nice guy. He was in the service. He was a Marine. So really? Yeah, well, thanks for his service. And he always had basketballs. Really? Oh yeah, he'd been bouncing the ball for 40, 50 years. And he took some pictures with Magic Johnson. And he took some pictures with that guy and that guy. And he went to the championships. Got some game and he went there. He was there at the championship. Yeah, he was there. So let me ask you a question. He's a nice guy and he always got basketball. Always. He got his own style of basketball and everything. So, but let's talk about him the same way we talk about the Dogman. But a dog person being a Dogman. What are his championships? What did he make? Did he won any tournaments? He made it to the NBA. Or than being a nice guy that bounces a basketball. Oh no, he never made it to the NBA. He was just a private guy, so he couldn't make it to the NBA. So he couldn't make it to the NBA because he was a private guy. Yeah, he didn't make it. He didn't care about all that publicity stuff. So how can we determine he's a nice guy? I mean, he's a good man that's worth having this conversation. If he's only bouncing a ball. Well, because he's a nice guy. And because he had a lot of basketballs. In other words, he was feeding a lot of dogs. And he had this bloodline, that bloodline, which means he had this brand of basketball, the brand of basketballs and everything. But he didn't win any championships. He didn't have like dogs of the year or anything like that. No, he didn't. So he never made it really to like an NBA level for basketball. No. So he was always like the guy that's bouncing the balls in the courtyard in the neighborhood. Yeah, correct. Privately. Same example. People, when it comes to the dogs, they lower the standards with this romantic BS. They lower the standards with this romantic, very feminine BS style, where they can come to a guy and say, guy, what have you done? If you were breeding these dogs, how good were your dogs? Can an honest man say, my dogs were average, they never amount to nothing, I bred them because I like them, they were there, I gave it to some guy, I sold to some guy, but they never accomplished anything with them. Can we find those guys? Or all of them that spend a lot of time, a long time, they're old timers, and they got nothing to really go by. Oh no, this guy is how can you talk like that? This guy's very old timer. Yeah, he's been with the dog for 60 years, and he bred this dog and bred the dog and bred the dog. So now you got 10,000 people involved with the dogs he bred. Not himself, all 10,000 people. So now he got 10,000 cheerleaders that bought dogs from him, and each one of those 10,000 cheerleaders got their own cheerleaders. Now he got a quack box saying, yeah, this man, that man. The dog world is a world of BS. Too romantic, too soft, too feminine, too liberal, too non-comprehensive, very deranged, very pillow soft, very lot of roses among these men. So all these old timers, don't give me no stories about no old timers bouncing basketball for 30, 40 years with no marriage, with nothing. And then you go, I'm in love with this guy because you got the bloodline that I like. Really? Come on, man, get the hell out of here.